Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the G-Shock Watcher. My name is Matthew Hardman and I am here to talk about G-Shock watches. If this is your first time to the channel, or if it's not your first time to the channel and you like what I do, please like, subscribe, share, all those things. It really helps to drive us forward on the channel. I say us, it's really just me, but it's really exciting to be able to see people subscribe, see people communicate. So please like and subscribe, would appreciate it. Now, what are we talking about today? I want to talk about MRG watches, and this is predominantly driven because of this particular watch which we talked about last week, the MRG BF1000 RG-3A. This is an absolutely glorious looking watch. I think just the color scheme on this watch is fantastic. This beautiful sort of military green, the colors on the actual dial itself, the silver, the reds, the sort of the lume, well, we can't really see the lume, but the paint that's actually used for the lume on the indicators here. I just think this is a tremendous looking watch, especially when you take a good look at the back and sort of see that that Frogman logo on the back in that green glass. This is a very, very stunning watch, and a watch I would love to be able to own. And certainly I do remind my wife that Father's Day in Singapore is coming up next week, and maybe this is a great idea as a gift for Father's Day. She's not necessarily convinced, but if I could convince her to marry me, maybe I can convince her to let me buy this watch, or maybe let her buy the watch for me for Father's Day. But you know, at this point, we're looking at a watch which is $6,299 Sing. So a very expensive G-Shock watch, certainly on the high end. And because it's an MRG, I was sort of thinking, what are the other MRGs that we actually have? I mean, I've seen them before, but I've never really stopped to, you know, look at the prices and kind of go, wow, that is super expensive. And of course, Casio and G-Shock does have even more expensive watches than the MRGs. Certainly there's the Dream Project watches, the solid gold watches. So I think there's been two of them. One was a digital square. One was designed with AI. Two very, very interesting watches, which maybe we'll dig into one day. But today, I just want to go and focus on MRG watches. And I'm going to talk about the top 5 MRG models, going from the lowest at the highest price to the highest of the highest price based on the research I've done. Now, before we do actually get started, the watch I am wearing today is this particular one, the GA900 TS4A. Very simple, straightforward sort of watch, but the nice sort of fabric band on it. I chose this one because of the orange, because on my t-shirt, if I can sort of show it, I've got the Vans t-shirt here with the orange on there. It matches up nicely with the actual watch. Not that I'm a fashion expert, but I kind of like this watch. It's a nice light watch. The readability is always a little bit of a challenge, but what's nice about this watch is the hands themselves are very, very readable. And it's a very, very comfortable watch to actually wear on the arm. It's lightweight, it's great. Can't go wrong with this particular watch. I haven't worn it for a while, so I thought, why not go and wear it? So, with that in mind, let's walk through the 5 most expensive MRG watches on the market. And the first one I want to talk about is this one, the MRG BF1000E-1A9. I really love this watch. Like, if that Frogman MRG watch, the green one, hadn't come along, this is the one that I was always sort of thinking about as the aspirational watch. Now, certainly, this particular watch, if you look at the price, and we're going to try and go by yen and then into USD and then Singapore, some of these prices are kind of interesting because between the 4th place and the 5th place, the numbers change based on the currency. And I'm not sure if that's because of tariffs or things like that, but there is some change in terms of the pricing. But this one here, the limited edition Frogman, this is the 40th anniversary of G-Shock and the 30th anniversary of Frogman. This really nice sort of grey, black, red, yellow watch. And this watch itself goes for, let's take the Japanese price, 770,000 yen. So look, about $9,800 Sing, US about $6,500. Now, what's nice about this particular watch, they've done something similar to that MRG we've talked about before. If we go and look at the actual image here, if this loads up, it's got this similar sort of look of that sort of frogman on the back with the yellow gold glass plate on the back. I think it's glass, it might be metal, but it's got that same sort of look that the MRG watch actually has as well, the green MRG watch. But the nice thing about this particular watch is that if we go back, it actually has a replaceable band as well. So it comes with this resin yellow band, but it also comes with a replaceable metal band as well, which is kind of nice. It's a black and a little bit of gold, which is not dissimilar, interesting enough, not dissimilar to this particular watch, the other 40th anniversary watch there. And it also has a little bit of the inlet of the gold there. So it's a little nice surprise there to sort of just accentuate that on this particular watch, certainly the 40th anniversary watch, and then also on the MRG Frogman from that point of view. So beautiful MRG, really nice colors. There's a range of them obviously in that MRG section, but this is the most expensive one. If we jump over here to G Central, 700 pieces, limited worldwide. Really nice looking watch. I think anyone who actually has this particular watch is not going to be disappointed with this. So came out in July 2023. Very nice watch. And interesting enough, if we go and have a look at the second-hand market and we try and actually look at these watches as have been released and if they do have a second-hand market presence, interesting, for the 5 watches we're looking at, this is the only one. The other ones you can't find on Buy. Maybe if we do some deeper research, we might see some more. But here on Buy, you got a couple of these watches being resold on the market, and they do tend to hold their value. You can see some of the prices here. We've got 8,400, we've got 8,500, 9,500, 8,500, about 8.8 and 8.6 again. So on the second-hand market, it's holding its value, and of course, it really comes down if people go and buy it. Now, this is always a challenge with the second-hand market, and looking at the bidding, all of these watches, if I look at it, zero bid, zero bid, zero bid, zero bid. So it comes down to it. It's a great-looking watch, really nice. It's on the second-hand market, so people are reselling them, but there's not really a lot of people who are bidding on them. So it might be that sort of watch which is way out of the price range. I still think it's a great-looking watch. So that's that particular watch, the MRG BF 1000E-1A9. So this is our 5th most expensive watch in terms of the MRG lineup. So moving forward from the Frogman, we then start to go into the watches which aren't necessarily Frogmans. They're still MRGs, but this is the MRG B2000 SG-1A. And this is really starting to emulate a lot of the Japanese artistry, the samurai. You can sort of see here it's modeled after the Shuguki Maru. And I completely apologize to any of our Japanese viewers that I've butchered the Japanese language. I do at least try and be polite in Japan. I fly to Japan for work a lot. But I know I'm going to say some of these things very wrong and very badly, so I apologize. But modeled after the Shokuki Maru Gai Kabuto helmet, which was specially designed for MRG. So you can see there's the helmet there they're actually talking about. And this is a really nice watch as well. You've got that sort of beaten down metal look about it. You've got the straight lines on the MRG. You've got the white resin band that's actually in there. And it's kind of got that really worn in look about it. It looks very industrial, but at the same time, those hints of different color around the watch and the layering, I think it's a very pretty watch that you could go and grab and be happy to wear. Now again, this was a limited edition. This was 700 units. So the Frogman before was also 700 units. We won't necessarily go into all of the individual features. This is a top tier watch, but this is the MRG, the B2000 SG-1A. Beautiful watch with the white, looks absolutely fantastic. Price wise, we're looking at about 880,000 yen. 880,000 yen. So our watch from before, our Frogman, that one was let's have a look, 770,000 yen. So we've gone up about 110,000 yen on this particular watch. So very, very cool watch. Next up is this one, the MRG B2000SH-5A. This is, looking at the price, $10,499 Sing. So if I quickly jump over here to the previous watch, this was $8,889. So now we are in the 10K territory with this watch, the MRG B2000SH-5A. So what you'll sort of see is the look and the feel, the face design elements of all these MRG watches are very, very similar. There's not too much difference between the way these watches actually look. It's really about the look of the materials. And this one, similar to what we saw in the previous watch, has that sort of very beaten look about it. This is, again, trying to get inspiration from some of the other things as well. So the last one was a helmet. This one's also inspired by a helmet. So inspired by the Kabuto helmet of the Japanese samurai Shoguriki Maru. So this is probably just a different edition of the similar workmanship done before. But if we go have a look at it, it's got a really nice sort of dark brownish color for the actual watch. The band is very, very pretty with the work being done there. So I guess the difference you sort of see in this particular watch and why we start to see the prices going up is we've moved from a resin band with the MRG watch. That one before, if we go back to it, that was a resin watch. Let's have a look here. So it's the steel watch, but the resin band. And let's just go here. So yeah, the resin band, very cool sort of tiger on the actual sign itself. Yeah, it's a really, really nice watch. But if we switch on over back to this particular one, then we're going for a full metal band at this point with all of the embellishment on it as well. So this particular watch is next level up. So, you know, we're going into the $10,000 Sing from that point of view. I don't know what the translation is from a yen standpoint, but this particular watch, the MRG B2000SH-5A, very, very pretty watch as well from that angle. Okay, so we've done 5, 4, and 3. We're down to number 2 here. And number 2, we've actually got shared spots. This is a watch that has 2 variations, but same model number, the MRG B2000GA-1A. This is called the, I had the name here, where is it? The Gasan watch, I think it's called. Let me go here and have a look. The MRG B2000GA, it is, yeah, there we go, the Gasan sword blades from the layers of forged steel. So that sort of look of the actual swords, and you see the layers here. So that's what they're talking about, this layering of the metals, that curvy wave. That's the actual Gasan looking. You see the swords have the same sort of curvy look as well. So this is inspired by those swords. So it's around pure titanium and all those features to be able to incorporate into the watch itself. This particular watch, we're up at, let's have a look, 10,588. So if we go back and have a look, we're kind of close on the actual prices here. This one was $10,499 Sing. This one is $10,588. But very, very nice watch as well. Incremental features. It's an MRG watch. Nice look on the actual band itself. We have a look at this band. You can sort of see the inscriptions on the actual bracelet itself. So it's a really well-made watch from that angle. Very, very pretty, very intricate in the actual design of it. Very expensive watch all the same as well. It has that very industrial look and that sort of old craftsmanship look and feel from that angle, which is really cool. What's really interesting is these sorts of design elements. You know, if you look at some of the waves in here, the different feels, the way they make it look really industrial is very, very cool. I think the one back here, got an ambulance going past. I'm not sure if you can actually hear that. One of those watches, if I go back, it's not here. Maybe it's later on. It also has sort of inlays of different materials as well. So anyway, that is the second most expensive MRG watch we can find. And as I said, there's two versions of it. There's this version here, which is the grey, the black, the white, the gold, which is really interesting. And then there's this one, which is just really bold. This is a purple infused one. So we can actually look at it. It's got a lot of bold reds, whites, and purples in the actual watch itself. And very, very interesting watch, the way they've gone out. Like, if you think about this particular model, very subtle, very understated. But then you have a really bold one like this purple one. And this one was $7,400. That's US pricing. So I'm jumping around in the prices here. This one was $8,000. So the really super bold one, you'd almost sort of say Black Panther type vibes to it. This came out earlier. But again, very, very cool watch. Interesting, it's got the gold under the red there, just as a bit of flair. But very, very nice watch. And this was the earlier one, the 2018 model. So there's where we're at. So we've got through 5, 4, 3, 2, and now we get a number one. So the number one most expensive MRG watch, based on the research, is this particular one, the MRG B2000JS-1A. And from a price point of view, we actually don't have a price. I couldn't find a price for this. I had to do some research. I see some pricing, and they would say it's around about $12,000 Sing. So the last one that we saw before was around about a little bit over $10,000. This one's in the $12,000 Singapore price range. This is the most expensive MRG watch I could go ahead and find. And what's really nice about this particular watch, it's very, very clean, but it has that sort of wavering look about it. It's also incorporated, which I think is very, very pretty. It's a little bit hard to see, but you can sort of see it down here at the bottom, this mother of pearl into the actual bracelet itself, or certainly a look of mother of pearl. And if we sort of go down, have a look at the back plate here, you've got the inscription on there. You can sort of see that metal coming through. Here you can see the mother of pearl in the actual bracelet itself. So it's a really nice design element for the MRG watch. The lume itself, very cool, almost Black Panther again, very purple, black Wakanda type look about it. But a very, very stylish watch. You know, it's a very pretty looking watch, a very stylish looking watch. You know, that's certainly a very aspirational MRG watch itself. And so you can sort of see here, it's the recrystallized titanium and mother of pearl inspired band is limited to 800 units. So this was really a very, very pretty MRG watch. And if you could get a hold of one, great, because you can't find them on the secondhand market. You can't find prices for them. They are just, looks like they're very much one of those unobtainable watches. So there we have it. 5 MRG models, which are at least seem to be based on the research, the 5 highest priced MRG. So counting backwards from 5 to 1, we have the MRG BF 1000E-1A9. Price range, we are talking around about, let's go with Sing, $9,799 Sing. Fourth most expensive is the MRG B2000SG-1A. Prices we're looking at here, and this is where the price is a bit weird, $8,889 Sing, but the yen price is 880,000 yen, which was more expensive than before. Number 3, MRG B2000SH5A, and that one was at $10,499 Sing. The second one is let's go take this one here, the MRG B2000GA-1A, 500 units, that one going at around about 8,000, and our final one, the MRG B2000JS-1A. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely stunning watches, the MRG. You know, these are the watches which are made by the best engineers, or the best watch, I'm not sure what you call it. There's a name for it. The best watch people in the Casio range. We've seen some of the lab pictures where they work on these things, but these really are the pinnacle of G-Shock design. So I hope this has been fun to have a look at these watches. I hope you have an opportunity to be able to purchase them. I hope I have an opportunity to purchase them. I hope, for example, that I will be able to go ahead and actually convince my wife to think that I am worth it enough to be able to buy this MRG Frogman. Again, I think it's a very, very pretty looking watch from that point of view and would work in any sort of scenario. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your G-Shock watches. And as always, like and subscribe. Thank you so much for your time. Take care. Bye-bye.